Welcome back, sports fans. It's your man, Sean, with F What You Heard. You know it. I'm back at it again. F What You Heard podcast / YouTube channel. Appreciate everything, all the views, all the likes. Keep it up. Can't thank you enough. Share it with your friends, share it with your family. It's always on and popping right here. Each and every day, I give it to you live. This boy is on fire. Listen, you heard it here first. I said it several times in the past weeks. It's time to tell Cam Newton kick rocks. You know, he's been a great player, but dude, hey, kick rocks. So just go back, check the tape. I'm not going to go on and on about how right I was about that. And probably a lot of other things. Just go back, take a look, rewind the tape. I may not be right each and every week with all of my picks, some of my picks, but the personnel things, the quarterback things that I've said in the past, they're going to come to fruition. Just watch. So let's start with this. The Saints versus the Falcons. I said it a couple times, and it's got me kind of skittish on picking games. I'm not going to pick any games this week. I'll wait till next week, and I'll pick some games. But this week, it's got me a little bit skittish. Last week, I was 2 out of 5. 3 of the teams I picked to win, lost. So I didn't pick the Saints and Falcons game, but I was just like, that's just a no-brainer. You know, the Saints are going to, wipe them out, just totally destroy the Falcons. The Falcons have been horrible for weeks on end. They can't seem to get it together. And just like I said, who knows who's going to win? So don't bet on NFL games this season unless you got some type of inside track on the game or whatever. Just do not do it. So, but who would have guessed that the Falcons would have shut out Drew Brees, wouldn't let him get into the end zone. They had 3 field goals on the day, no TDs, just bananas, and they would run rampant, sack them so many times. It was just a total shocker. So Drew Brees, they held Drew Brees, and the Falcons offense, Michael Thomas and all those guys, Alvin Kamara, out of the end zone is just bananas. And on top of that, Matt Ryan only had 182 yards passing, and they won handily at that. Craziness. Craziness. So now there's going to be probably a quarterback controversy. A lot of people are feeling and saying that Drew Brees can't get the ball down the field. This may be his last year, so on and so forth. Bridgewater played well while he was out. They said the ball was rolling last week when he did so well, but this week they kind of fell off. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen in the next several weeks. To me, they're still one of the top teams in the NFC. They're going to make the playoffs. Let's see how much noise they can make once they get into the playoffs. So let's move to this. Okay. Another week. Let's back our way into a win. These guys right here, the Steelers, I picked the Rams to go into Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, which I know is very, very difficult to do and win. They play very well at home. So I don't know why I picked the Rams. they're not a very good team. Struggling offensively to find their identity. Todd Gurley has been banged up. Goff hasn't looked like himself. The defense hasn't played well with Sue gone and other pieces within that defense being gone. So they've kind of wholesaled their future, paying all these guys all this money, big dollars, and now the chickens are coming to roost. It seems like. So they've touted Sean McVay as being an offensive genius guru, but they can't seem to find an identity right now. So what's going to happen? Is Sean McVay going to get these guys back on track? It's hard to say, but I'm not here to talk about the Rams. I'm here to talk about the Steelers. I know it's a constant topic of mine. Why? Because I think they're a very intriguing storyline. Even though I'm a fan, it's a very, very intriguing storyline this year. Big Ben out. Mason Rudolph in. Connor in and out. James Conner in and out of the lineup. Them finding, turnovers. They're doing very, very well in the turnover game this year, surprisingly. And to me, offensively, defensively, schematically wise, they don't do anything well. They somehow get up the quarterback pretty well and are causing turnovers this year, something that was lacking in the past 2 to 3 years, which did not allow them to be the best team that they can be while they had the killer bees, Ben, Brown, and Bell. So now that those two other guys are gone and Roethlisberger's out for the year, somehow, some way, the defense seems to be, boom, clicking on all cylinders. With the addition of Joe Hayden last year and then Minkah Fitzpatrick this year, the defensive line has always played well, but Dupree seems to be stepping his game up. We replaced Shazier with Bush. That seems to be working out very well. So I say all of that to say this. They keep backing themselves into wins and beating not so very good teams. So, just like I said last week, it's just total fool's goal. These wins to me do not mean anything. Don't get psyched up. Don't get crazy. It doesn't mean a thing. So, from here on out, we'll see how they play. They play the Browns tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. Again, teams that are supposed to win don't win. Teams that have no business winning, they seem to win. So what's going to happen tomorrow night? Who the freak knows? I don't know. You probably don't know. Nobody probably knows. So let's just see how the game plays out and go from there. So let's move to this. The Seahawks played Monday Night Football against the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. 49ers playing at home. I picked them to win. I figure it was going to be a very, very good game. It was a coin toss. I picked the 49ers to stay undefeated because they played some really, really bad teams as well and racked up a bunch of wins. So faced with a really good team in the division, they played really well. Garoppolo didn't play his best ball, in my opinion. So let's see how he reacts to them getting knocked off their pedestal for right now. They didn't play a whole lot of good ball. Played decent. They had a chance to win. Several things went wrong. Coaching, putting the ball, things of that nature didn't seem to play out as they expected. So, but Russell Wilson, no MVP votes in the past. Um, to me, he's taken the lead in the MVP race, followed by, in my opinion, Christian McCaffrey, and then followed by Lamar Jackson. Um, so, but to me, he plays well. Russell Wilson, that is. He's not enamored with gaudy stats, the stat line, stuff in the stat sheet, any of those things. Um, Ironically enough, still no. He had one more interception where he had one. Now he has two, I believe. But he turned the ball over on a fumble. But still, he's playing lights out. He does what he needs to do. He elevates the game of the guys around him. And he always seems to make the right play somehow, some way, lofting the ball to the tight end. The guy who was on the practice team and cut and brought back, things of that nature, lofted the ball to this guy. They're hand fighting. He puts it up where only his guy can catch it, and he miraculously catches the ball. He makes plays with his legs, scrambles to get first downs, scrambles to get his team in position. He's just a scrambler, a scrappy guy, a winner. He may not look pretty all the time, but all that matters is dubs. All that matters is stacking up wins in the win column. Somehow, some way. So that's all that matters. He's playing phenomenally. I said it several weeks back. If it wasn't for a stupid call, he would already be a two-time Super Bowl champion. Tom Brady would have one less ring. And if Matt Ryan and the Falcons did their job, it'd be less 2 rings. But that's a different story for a different time. So, but this dude is balling. He deserves all the praise, all the credit that is heaped upon him. I hope they continue to do well and play well. The NFC is stacked with teams. We'll see how everything shakes out at the end. It'll be interesting to see. To me, again, there's only 1 to 2, maybe even 3 teams in the AFC that has a viable chance of winning the AFC and going to the Super Bowl. So, we got to talk about the Vikings and Kirk Cousins doing work. Finally, Cousins has overcome his naysayers and what all the statistics have shown him playing in primetime games. He didn't play well primetime. Always played well in the early games, but never in the late games. So he's finally gotten that monkey off of his back by playing a great game, a very well managed game against the Vikings and that defense, Dallas and that defense. The Vikings pulled out a win. The running back did work. Tight ends and everybody played very, very well. Pulled out a W, beat the Cowboys, and Kirk Cousins has finally gotten that monkey off of his back. But to me, even though they won, the defense and the back end of the defense didn't play well. Schematically, Mike Zimmer's supposed to be the man on defense, but for whatever reason, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, Gallup, and them dudes was eating them alive. Every time I turn around, the D-line is doing their job, getting after Dak. He's scrambling, and yes, I know it's a scramble drill and things go crazy and weird, but them dudes is getting burnt left and right. I don't know how many catches Amari Cooper had on the sideline tightrope. Usually you only see like maybe one tightrope catch within the game. He had three, maybe four, maybe even five. I lost count. So the dude was, like he was in the circus or something. All he was doing was on a tightrope, killing number 21, killing number 22. They were killing them dudes. So Mike Zimmer, I challenge you and the Vikings, get in the lab, figure it out, help these guys on the back end schematically, whatever you need to do, zone, mix some zone, and drop some backers back, give these guys some help, get somebody on the waiver wire, bring somebody off the street. I don't care what you have to do. Get some guys in there that can play, help these guys, whether it's schematically, bringing some guys in off the street. I don't know, get somebody's in the draft, but you will not and cannot continue to play that way on the back end. The Steelers have shown that several times up against Tom Brady, and they just torch us to death. We get pressure, torch us. We get pressure, we can't, the guys in the back, can't hold up for 10 seconds. The line did their job, flush them out, do this, that, linebackers, and then you just fall apart on the back end. You lose track of a guy. You need some smart, really good guys that know how to play, on the back end. Don't lose track of their men in scramble drills and things of that nature, or just play straight up coverage. Steelers and the Vikings look like y'all been getting burnt no matter what. Zone, man, it don't matter. You're getting eaten alive. You need to figure it out, or you won't go far. So if you want to go far this season or next season, then you need to figure it out and figure it out fast. So Mike Zimmer, do what you need to do. Get in the lab. Be the mad genius you're supposed to be on defense and get it done. So we're at that point in the show where I go into my 2-minute rant. So it's been on a plethora of different topics and subjects. I hope you like it. I love doing it. So more to come each and every week. If you want me to rant about something, or you like a topic, you want me to spit some game about it, maybe hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you want me to rant about. I'll filter through the subjects and topics, pick something, and just, do that thing that I do. You know what I mean? So here we go. So last week, I predicted that the Buffalo Bills would be my dark horse to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Now, some may say that's okay. That's a dark horse. It's not a favorite. But wow, Sean McDermott and the Bills, instead of rising to the occasion and coming into Cleveland and putting the Browns out of their misery, they came out flat, uninspired, horrible. I don't understand when you're right there at the cusp of playing really, really well and having your name mentioned as a viable candidate to represent the AFC, and you're right there to take the next step from being a decent team, and now with your record it shows that you're a good team, and you're right there to take that step to be a very good team, and you can't beat the Browns. You can't beat a team that has been floundering continuously, controversy after controversy after controversy, and you come in flat, you come in lame. You could be 7-3 or 7-2, excuse me, instead of 6-3. That would put you right there, in my opinion, in the catbird seat, flying under everybody's radar, right there to pull off the shocker. But no. You have this lame duck game which shows you can't be trusted. I don't know what it's going to take for dudes to get a fire lit under them, because dudes like me and a lot of other people think that it can be done. You can sneak up on some people. You can shock some people. But you have to come in and put your foot on people's throat. You came in with a record that says, I'm good. The Browns, conversely, not good. And you let them beat you. To me, there's no excuse. You should have won that game. And you should be going on to a 4-game winning streak. The next coming games, let's see. So let me look at my sheet here so I won't say anything. So the next 2 weeks, including this week, so you play the Dolphins and then the Broncos. So you beat the team before you played the Browns this week. So if you won this week, it would have been a 2-game winning streak. Then you beat the Dolphins and the Broncos, which are not good teams. You would have had a 4-game winning streak. And again, you would have been right in the catbird seat. You would have been the ninja ready to assassinate all the other guys in the AFC before they even knew it. But, no. I don't. Listen, guys. You have enough talent. You have a good coach. You have a decent quarterback. You got a good defensive scheme. You cannot have these lame duck weeks where you come in flat. You guys need to come out on fire, like they always say. Get your hair on fire. Come out. Put these guys' face in the dirt. And when you see the weakness in their eyes, just put your foot on their throat and just put them out their misery. Can you do that with the Dolphins? Can you do that with the Broncos? Let's see. I'm rooting for you, Bills. I'm rooting for you guys. Let's go. Let's get it, Bills. It's time. Hey, guys. See you next week. Love it. Share it. Like it. See you next week. The F What You Heard podcast / YouTube channel. Hit me up at Judgmental Mind on Twitter. Peace.